Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I have not filmed or posted a video in I think almost 6 months now. I think my last video was in January and it is June 10th to be exact. But as you can tell from the title of this video, this is a very exciting video. I am pregnant. We posted on Facebook and Instagram, like my personal Facebook and Instagram, actually last Saturday, so it's been almost a week. But I did want to post a video and post on like my more creative Instagram announcing that we are having a baby. We're having a baby girl and she is due in October 16th. I thought this video would be fun, not only to share, but just for me to look back on and to look back on with baby girl. I think it would be super fun. I would love to see this type of video of me when my mom was pregnant with me. Obviously YouTube didn't exist back then, but yeah. So I have been meaning to film this video for a while. I thought I would do 3 videos, like a first trimester, second trimester, and third trimester. That seems to not be happening because I will be 22 weeks on Saturday. I'm filming this on a Thursday. I turn a new week every Saturday. So I'm way into my second trimester, like more than halfway into my second trimester. So I thought I would just do this video, kind of like a weeks 1 through 22, like halfway through pregnancy, and then do a video for like the rest of pregnancy. I'll film that video before baby's here because I do want to do a video with like my biggest belly possible, but that's hard to time because who knows exactly when she'll come. I guess to start, I found out I was pregnant on February 3rd. So I was 3 weeks and 4 days, which is super early to find out. They recommend that you wait until after you miss your period to take a test. But these days they have tests that like say like 6 days sooner or all that. And even to find out 3 weeks and 4 days is like even technically before the 6 days sooner mark. But I was, extra and started testing very early. I started testing probably like a week before I found out, knowing that a test is not going to let you know that early, but I just did it anyway. So I'll insert a clip here, but the first test I took, well, the first time I realized I was pregnant at the test, the line was very faint. I actually didn't realize the line was there because I took it at like 5 a.m. so it's pretty dark. I didn't want to turn on like any excessive lights because my husband was still sleeping. So I actually almost threw away the test, and then like right before I was putting in the trash, I was like, wait a second, and like I looked closely again and like you can see the faintest little line. So from there I figured I was pregnant, but I still continued to test, and that's why you see like the little dates. And yes, I did save the test because that is just the kind of person I am. Eventually I'll throw them away, but for now I have them saved. So the reason also I was testing a lot is because my cat, we have 2 cats, Shiloh and Pico. Shiloh's the older one, she's a girl. Pico's the younger one, a boy. He started sleeping by my stomach a lot, like maybe now I know when I was about 2 weeks pregnant, and I was like, I don't know. And I read that like cats will do that, and especially that apparently like boy cats will do it if you're pregnant with a girl. I obviously didn't know what we were having at the time, but it's still, my husband's about to come down, I think. It still kind of made me think like, okay, maybe I actually am pregnant. So that's why I also kept testing. And I guess Pico was right and he knew before us all. I'm pretty sure Shiloh knew too, but I think honestly she's a little bit jealous, which probably sounds bizarre and weird to those that don't have cats or don't have pets. But like she is, I always say like she's my friend and Pico is Corey's friend, my husband, because normally she follows me around and like hangs out with me. But since getting pregnant, like now she loves my husband. Pico actually stays with me more. And I don't know if she's just like, fine, if mommy has a new friend, I'm gonna be daddy's friend now. I don't know, but that's kind of what it seems like. When you find out very early, it takes a while until you go to the doctor because most doctors won't see you. I know some doctors wait until like you're 8 weeks or so. I think I went in for my first appointment when I was like 6.5 weeks. I don't remember exactly at this point. I must have been about 6.5 weeks, about to be 7 weeks, because I remember when I went to that appointment, I was like not feeling the best, but also not the worst. I remember asking, hi Bishabi. Shiloh actually just came because now she wants my water. I remember asking the nurse practitioner at my OB's office if like I should be concerned if like my appetites are really down, if I should be concerned if like I start to lose weight, because I could tell that I was just eating significantly less and that I was gonna start losing weight. And she was like, I mean, as long as baby's fine, you're taking your prenatals and you're eating as much as possible this early on, it's fine. Like a lot of women lose weight, especially with like actually throwing up. I luckily never threw up. which I still, again, yeah, I feel very grateful for. The one time I threw up, I was actually brushing my tongue, and I guess I just have a very bad gag reflex at this point, and I threw up. And then I've thrown up like a few times in my mouth, but that happens even when I'm not pregnant, so I won't attribute it to that completely. So when I told her at my first point when I was almost 7 weeks, she was like, yeah, don't worry about it, it's okay. So I did my best to eat, but my biggest symptom was food aversion. It's just like, at that point, from 7 weeks to about 12 weeks, nothing sounded good. There were maybe like 2 foods that I could eat. I ate a lot of Apple Jacks. Yeah, now I don't even. Yeah, a lot of Apple Jacks. Just pretty much like 95% of foods sound disgusting, and it's the weirdest way to explain it. Sometimes I try and say like when you have the flu and you don't really feel like eating, but it's beyond that, because when you have the flu, I feel like you can still kind of like force something down. This is like if you even see or think of a food, it can make you feel like disgusting. It makes you feel even worse. It is the most extreme thing. I don't know how else to explain it. It sounds like you're just overreacting, but it is just, it's so extreme. So yeah, when I went to my 12-week appointment, I almost lost 15 pounds, but I think as many people, since we've all been in quarantine for like a year, I was above my normal weight. So it wasn't as concerning as I think it would have been if I was like at my normal weight and I lost that much weight. But it was still kind of concerning to me, because I'd heard of people losing like a pound or 2 or like even 5 pounds during their first trimester. But from 7 to 12 weeks to 5 weeks to lose that much weight, I was like, okay. And I remember even like the woman that was weighing me when I got there, she looked back and like she kept looking at the scale and like looking back. She was like, wait, like why are you losing weight instead of gaining weight? She's a very cute woman. And I was like, yeah, like I just cannot eat. And then when I saw my nurse practitioner, she's like, well, as long as baby's growing, it's fine. You're taking your prenatals, like try your best to eat. It looks like around this time you're eating like 1,000 calories, which is obviously too little. When you're even not pregnant, 1,000 calories is not enough food for any adult. So she was like, yeah, it looks like you're eating around this amount. Try your best, like try and drink things. Just try and figure out the foods that you can stomach and just like eat those. Which I think is advice I would give to anyone that's having a hard time if you're having like actual morning sickness like throwing up or any food aversions. And if you're similar to me where it's like important to eat a pretty healthy diet. I haven't filmed this so long, I can't remember if I'm supposed to look here or the little thing. Hopefully I'm been looking in the right spot. But yeah, if you're like me and normally like to eat pretty healthy, I think just do your best and just eat kind of whatever foods sound good. At that point, you're just kind of trying to survive and give baby as much nutrition as possible. Definitely be really, really up on your prenatals. And the way my OB explained it to me was, if you're not eating enough, because most women don't in their first trimester, baby will take anything you eat, any vitamins you get, and be like, mine. So that's also what makes you feel so tired in the first trimester, because I think it's so common for either if you're not throwing up, just like having extreme food aversions, and then you're already tired because you're making a baby, and the development a baby does in the first 12 weeks is just insane. Like they do so much. By the end of the first trimester, baby's like pretty much developed, and the rest of pregnancy is just like baby getting bigger. Other than food aversions from 7 to 12 weeks, my other symptoms were just feeling super tired. I think that's really common. About week 10, starting to feel like a lot of stretching in my uterus. I'm not sure if that's early or not to start feeling that, or if even women start feeling it or feel it at all that early. But for me, I'm someone that I hold a lot of weight in my legs, pretty much like my belly button down, like your like lower tongue, which I think is common for most women, and then my arms, pretty much like from my belly button up is the last place I gain weight. So almost immediately, even by 10 weeks, even though like I did not have a baby bump at all, I could tell that my stomach was stretching, my uterus was stretching. I could feel that, and it was pretty like, it's not painful, it's just pretty uncomfortable. And the only thing that kind of gave me relief was taking showers. And yes, it's a lot of waste of water, but you have to do what you have to do when you're pregnant. It is so exciting. It's such a beautiful thing, but it's also like a marathon. So there's some days I was taking like 6 showers, and they're not long showers. They're like 5 to 10 minutes, but it's just like the water gave relief on the stretching. Oh, another symptom I had was just like a lot of neck pain and shoulder pain, which I'm still kind of having. And what helps me is either using like a heating pack on my shoulders and neck, and then I actually have an ice pack, and I put in one of those like you know, the little circle round like travel airplane pillows. I put the ice pack in there and I sleep with that on my neck for the first like 2-3 hours that I'm sleeping, and that helps a lot. And yeah, I guess that's 7 to 12 weeks. So towards the end of my first trimester, I definitely got my appetite back a little bit. It still was nowhere near what I was eating before, but a lot better. So from, I would say, weeks 13 to like 16, 17, I was like, okay, like at least I can eat a few more different foods than just Apple Jacks. But then the symptom that came in place of food aversions was serious headaches. And I'm not someone that normally has headaches, so I feel like because I'm not used to having them, like they felt even worse than they probably were. And they're just annoying. Like, no one likes headaches. And at the time I was still working. I'm not working anymore. I actually quit my job at the end of April. I'm not going to go into that for this video, but part of it was because our plan was always for me to be a stay-at-home mom once baby came. That's always what I wanted, and then some other issues with my job. So I quit at the end of April, and so at that time, from about 12 to 16 weeks, I was still working and having headaches and still like feeling so tired on top of working, which is not fun. And I hadn't told anyone at my job that I was pregnant. I actually hadn't told many people at all, I think, until, let me try and think. So we told my mom and sister that I was pregnant on Easter Sunday, which I think I was either 12 or 13 weeks. And then I told a few friends around that same time. One friend actually, because she just like straight up asked if we were planning on having kids anytime soon, and I wasn't gonna lie to her, and I was planning on telling her within like a week or so anyway. And then we told my husband's parents when they came into town. I think I was either 15 or 16 weeks. And then finally, like right before leaving my job, I told my direct manager, my director, the team that I was on, and then 2 of my coworkers that I felt close enough with to share. And then I left and I didn't share with anyone else. I've also shared with, since then, with a few other friends. And as I said at the beginning of this video, we've now like posted on Facebook and Instagram, so now everyone knows. I don't remember where I was going. Yeah, so the headaches were difficult while working, so that was not fun. But around 17 weeks, I would say I felt like mostly back to normal, still pretty low energy, and I still like don't have what people call like the second trimester like boost of energy. I definitely don't have that yet. I'm still taking like most days, I would say like 80% of days I'm still taking at least 1 nap during the day, but I also have the extra time to do that. So I don't know if it's like, it's not a necessity. If I didn't have the time to take a nap, I would be able to get by, but since I have the time, it is very nice. Wait, did you get your sandwich for lunch?
Yes.
Okay.
I hope you keep that for you.
Around that time, I started to kind of have what I would say like some good days, some bad days, and as time went on, obviously more good days. And right now, I'm having, I would say like an average week is 5 to 6 good days and maybe like 1 to 2 bad days. And I say that by like the days that I feel similar to how I felt earlier in my pregnancy. I'm trying to think of anything else. Oh, another symptom I've had, and I'm sure you can probably tell in this video, is very dry lips. I drink a lot of water. I have water with me here. I probably drink at least a gallon of water. As my pregnancy has gone on, I've just become more and more thirsty. I think part of it's because I also have to sleep with my mouth open, so I drool, which doesn't sound great, but yeah, I drool, so I feel like I'm like losing water that way. So yeah, I drink a lot of water, so it's not like a dehydration thing. I think part of it, again, since I sleep with my mouth open, it's like my lips get dry, and it might just be a pregnancy thing. So yeah, I'm very dry lips. Doesn't matter how much chapstick I put on. I forget to put on chapstick because I'm home, and also like, for me, I know there's a lot of things you can do to like combat pregnancy symptoms, but I think in a way I also just like accept them. So for example, when I had my headaches, my doctor did tell me that I could take Tylenol, and there's not really a risk in taking Tylenol. I've read that there's like a very small risk, just pretty much like a de minimis risk, but for me it still wasn't worth it. The only time I've taken Tylenol is when we got our vaccine, and instead of 2 pills, which is like the normal adult dose, I only took 1, and that was just because I was terrified of getting sick, because being like the sickness you get from getting the vaccine is extreme, and then being pregnant on top of it, I was like, I definitely don't want that. But other than that, like the only remedies I've given myself, like I said, the shower. For a while I was drinking like ginger tea a lot, because funny enough, both my mom and actually my director said that those things help with headaches. I have started to take Tums, which is just basically calcium, and it's fine. There's not really a risk with that. But again, because the adult normal dose is 2 tums, I only take 1, and I'll only take that. So that was another symptom that I've had probably since like 12 weeks or so. A lot of burping, like a lot of burping. Definitely it's gotten better, and I noticed that the burping was due to heartburn. I don't know what heartburn feels like. I've never had heartburn before, so I didn't know that that's what it was from. Like, I didn't realize that I was trying to burp to get relief from heartburn. I just thought I was burping. Once I figured that out and took like 1 Tums, I remember the first day I was like, wow, I feel so much better. So the burping has definitely gone down. I probably take 1 Tum at the end of every night, like every other day, or like maybe 2 to 3 times a week. It's not excessive because again, I just want to not be taking as many things as possible other than my prenatals and any other vitamins that my doctor prescribes to me. The last symptom I've had, and I assume I'm going to have throughout pregnancy, it's something dumb that people say, but like for me, I guess it's truthful. People say when you're pregnant with a girl, you get acne because she steals your beauty, and it sounds so dumb. I think it's kind of cute, but like obviously it's just like a pregnancy thing. Some people are gonna get acne, some people aren't, but I don't think you're gonna be able to tell that much because one, like my camera kind of like blurs things out automatically. I don't think I can turn that off. And also there's just like very, very tiny bumps all over my face, like all over my chin here and then all over my forehead. And the things that I would normally do to get rid of that, a lot of the stuff isn't pregnancy safe, or it's like, if I look online, it's like, I don't know. And I'm just of the opinion that I don't like to risk things. So I'm just accepting it. It's not a big deal to me. Acne's never been a big deal to me, but I'm also someone that I've never had like big cystic acne. The most I'll get is kind of like these bumps, and mostly on my forehead. And every once in a while I'll get 1 or 2. And then my biggest thing is dark spots, which actually do bother me more than acne. But as I've gotten older, I also just like don't really care. I don't put as much value in my appearance as I did once when I was younger. But I don't want to take away from people that had like really big cystic painful acne and that experience, because I know that can be tough. So I'm not trying to like gaslight you or diminish your emotions on that. Don't think that way. This is just personally for me, and I would rather baby safe than do things that are like iffy to get the acne away. I also don't think it would work because I don't think it's like my skin not being normal, it's from the pregnancy. So I think even if I did the things I normally did to get rid of it, it wouldn't work because baby's here. I also have like, is that gonna show? That's not even showing as bad as it is. I have bumps all over my shoulders. They're starting to go away, but now they're leaving dark spots. And then on my back, I have like back knee now, which I've never really had. It just doesn't concern me because in my head, if it's from baby and if it means that baby's safe and healthy, I really don't care. I'll take it to make sure that baby's safe. Like it's really just not a big deal. And I encourage anyone, if you're pregnant and watching this and thinking of all those things, thinking of stretch marks, whatever, you're growing your baby. Who cares? Really, really, who cares? That's another thing. Stretch marks. I don't think I've gotten any new stretch marks. I've had stretch marks since I was maybe 10 years old, so they've never been a big deal to me. I remember the first time I got concerned about stretch marks pregnant is one of my friends when I was younger, when I first started getting them, she was like, what is that? And I don't think she was being mean. I think she just honestly had never seen them and didn't know. And I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what that is either. And then I started seeing like commercials for women like using stretch mark cream. And I remember when I got a little bit older and like you would get money when you're younger, I would save it, and eventually like, I bought some. They don't work. I don't think any of the stuff to make stretch marks go away work. Is it worth your money? Do whatever it makes you feel more comfortable. But yeah, I've had stretch marks for a very long time. They don't bother me. I've never had in my adult life. I think the one time, once I was wearing like a lower cut shirt, because I do have stretch marks on my boobs, but because I'm black, the way stretch marks appear on my skin personally is they're not like dark. They're almost like light. And so I just don't think they're as noticeable. But I remember once in 9th grade, I was wearing like a lower cut shirt, and this one guy was like, oh, nice stretch marks. And like, even then it didn't really affect me because I was like, they're nothing new to me. Like, they've been here for a long time. So yeah, I've always had stretch marks on my boobs, just like very light ones. On my thighs, I've gotten stretch marks on the sides of my stomach, maybe when I was like 13, 14, and then my butt. It's nothing that many people have pointed out, so I just haven't cared. The only thing I've noticed is my stretch marks have gotten darker, especially the ones in my boobs. I have like 2 now on my boobs that have gotten significantly darker. Like now I notice them. I had stretch marks already on my arms, actually mostly from lifting and just my arms getting bigger, and those have definitely gotten darker, actually to the point that my husband noticed them. And it was funny because so I don't think he's ever noticed them because they've always been light, but now they're getting darker. Like we are in the shower, we shower, most of our showers we shower together. I don't know why, just what we do. And he was like, oh, like what is that? Did like one of the cats scratch you? And I was like, no, they're just stretch marks. And that was kind of the end of the conversation. I think that is it. I thought this video would be a lot shorter than it's going to be because I can see that I've been filming for a long time, but I am going over like 22 weeks, almost 22 weeks. I don't know if this video is going to be interesting. I love watching these videos. I've been watching like pregnancy videos for a very, very long time. I think they're fun. I think it's interesting to hear other people's symptoms, what other people went through. Oh, 2 things I didn't want to talk about. So pregnancy cravings, that's what people always ask me. I haven't had many pregnancy cravings only because the food aversion thing was so strong to me. Like cravings is not even a thing. I still think, and I'm going to be 22 weeks on Saturday, I still think I am eating less than I was before getting pregnant. Whether or not I was overeating at that point, I'm not sure, but just like my day-to-day food, I can still tell like I'm not eating as much. But baby's growing fine. I'm still taking my vitamins. Luckily, this baby is apparently a little healthy girl. Other than the Apple Jacks, my next like serious craving was salads, which I know that sounds annoying saying that, and I like salads when I'm not pregnant, but the way I was eating salads for a while, like more salads in maybe 2 weeks than I'd eaten in the whole year. Just especially the sweet green salad, and I would get the same thing every time, and I think the woman at Sweet Green was like, is she all right? Because when you go to Sweet Green, if you don't have Sweet Green in your area, it's pretty much like a Chipotle or a Cava, but a salad bar. And like usually when you go, you get a bunch of toppings because that's the fun of it. I'd get lettuce, spinach, cucumber, tomatoes, hard-boiled egg, and then they're like Caesar dressing, and that was it. And every time I went, the woman was like, that's all you want? I'm like, yep. That's it, that's all that baby wants. Oh, I did say baby, but that's what I was thinking in my head. So yeah, I was obsessed with sweet green salads for a while, and that simple of a salad, could I have made it for myself? Yes. Our sweet green salads are ridiculously expensive, yes, but I was just eating whatever I was able to. We definitely wasted money. I was definitely ordering a lot, and then sometimes I would order something and it would sound good, but as soon as it came, I just could not eat it. And because me and my husband, a lot of the food we eat is just very different. Like he just is a more plain eater than I am. He wouldn't be able to eat it, so we just had to throw it away. Very, very wasteful. And if you know me, I hate food waste. I think food waste is the most ridiculous thing ever, especially when there's so many hungry people. But there's just nothing I could do, and I still do feel bad, and I'm still upset about it. But I try not to dwell on it because it wasn't me. It was baby. What else? Yeah, and then the other symptom I've noticed, I feel like now it's not as noticeable to me. Around 10 weeks, I'm gonna have to like mouth things out because I'm not sure if YouTube will like this. I noticed that my, I'm just gonna say vagina, was like getting puffier. Is the best way I can explain it. Even though I have pretty wide hips and a big butt, my area there is normally like pretty small, like just like not as wide. But I noticed that around 10 weeks that like it was just getting like puffy, and I don't know if that was part of my uterus, just like hormones, I don't know what it was, but getting puffier and just like wider. I don't know, preparing for baby to come out of there. I'm not sure what it was, but that was, I think, the last symptom I can remember. I think that's it. I am using oil on my stomach. One, because I bought some a long time ago, and then another one, my friend, she has been gifting me like bump boxes, and they come monthly, and one of the bump boxes had like an oil in it, so I do use it like when I remember. I'm not vigorous, is that the word? Vigorous. No, I'm not good at taking using it every single day or like twice a day. Just like whenever I remember, I use it, and it's just kind of like, it's nice to moisturize my belly. I like feeling my belly. I like feeling baby. As my belly gets bigger, maybe I'll use it more because I've heard that it helps like soothe the stretching. And then, yeah, I'm excited to get a bigger belly. I think pregnant bellies are so cute. I would say in the last like few weeks, I've now been like quote unquote showing. I remember we went to Target when I think I was 18 or 19 weeks and we got some baby books and the one was like, do you need a gift receipt? And I was like, oh, okay. It made me a little upset. I was also wearing something baggy. Most of my clothes are baggy. That's just like how I like to dress. But also even my mom, we went to her house not this past weekend but the weekend before, and then we saw her again this weekend and she was like, oh wow, like your belly's really now showing. Like within a week I feel like it's grown a lot. And I guess to end the video I will show my belly. This is my almost 22-week belly. It is 1 o'clock almost, so like a midday belly. Your belly does change throughout the day, which is so funny to me. It's from the side and from the front. Big girl, so cutie. And I am already getting this, like, I forget what it's called, Lineagra, I think is what it's called. I'm getting that, and I got that pretty early on, and I was expecting to get it. I don't like belly buttons. Belly buttons don't look good. That's my belly right now. And I'm going to now hopefully start posting a lot again because I'm not working. I don't really have an excuse, but because I was pregnant and not wanting to share publicly, that's another symptom, out of breath very easily. You can just tell that your lungs can't fill up as much as possible. But yeah, since I hadn't said that I was pregnant yet, I didn't want to make videos. It just felt like weird, like hiding and not saying anything. But I want to start making like what I eat in a day videos. Did I even talk about my food cravings after the salad? I didn't. Another craving, fruit. Baby loves fruit. Baby loves anything cold, a lot of cold food. I eat a lot of like avocado cucumber sushi. Baby actually is really craving, it's definitely gone down now, but for a while baby was craving like acro sushi, which you can't eat when you're pregnant, but it sounded so good. I don't know what her thing is, but she likes cold food. Fruit, I imagine it's gonna last throughout pregnancy because she still can put down fruit, loves it. And strawberry flavored everything, little strawberry girl. Okay, finally actually going to end this video. But yeah, I want to start doing like what I eat in a day when I'm pregnant video. I will do a nursery tour. We are very ahead of the game and our nursery is pretty much done. There are 2 things I want to get, and one of them is something that I can't get until baby's here. So basically our nursery's done. I will probably try and get some clips either of us preparing for a baby shower or clips from the baby shower. We'll see. Maybe like I'll do a Q&A or mukbang type video with my husband eating my pregnancy cravings. I'm not sure. We'll get them out there. I think these videos are fun and I just can't wait until she's here and old enough to watch this video back with me and she can be like, that's when I was in your tummy. And I'd be like, yep, you're in my tummy, my little cutie baby girl. Yeah, I think I said at the beginning, we're having a girl. We found it very early because we did the little blood test. I have had my 20-week ultrasound, so they confirmed she is indeed a girl. And that is everything because this video is just way too long. But again, thank you so much for watching. Oh, that's not what I say at the end of videos. I say thank you so much for hanging out with me. Bye.